Police Department presents the colors. Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please remain standing as our friend Barb Quinn sings the national anthem, and then remain standing while Reverend Sarah Culp delivers our invocation.
I invite you to sing along as I sing our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's bright glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Let us pray. Gracious God, you have created us and continue to call us to live together in community and to work together for the common good. We ask your blessing upon these our chosen officials, that they might guide our efforts. For our supervisor, town board, judges, and all our elected officials, we pray for wisdom and insight as they confront the challenges that will inevitably come. May they practice patience and courage, civility and honesty, and may they find joy and fulfillment in serving our wonderful town. We ask this of ourselves as well, that we would care for one another, seek out what is best not just for ourselves, but for our neighbors and our community. May we all work together for Irondequoit. We lift our prayer to you, O God, and together we say, Amen.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Assembly Majority Leader Joe Morelli. I'm delighted to be here, not only because we're going to have a wonderful celebration of our town leadership, but also because I found a suit that actually fits after the holidays. So we know what our resolution tomorrow will be. But I hope everyone enjoyed a blessed holiday season with friends and family, and I'm pleased to join you on this exciting day as we welcome new and familiar faces to our leadership team here at Town Hall. Let me start by saying I could not be more proud of Supervisor Dave Seeley. Many of you know I had the pleasure of working with the supervisor for many years, and when Adam Bello became our county clerk, the supervisor and I spoke several times about the office. I encouraged him to seek this opportunity, but not without some hesitation on my part. Dave was a trusted senior member of my team. He was a fixture at the state capitol, where he is known by everyone and admired by all. His leaving was a great loss to our team, but I was confident that he was the right person to lead our town. My confidence in him has been rewarded many times over, as he has been an extraordinary leader for our community. Under his leadership, the team at Town Hall has continued to fight for its citizens and has kept Irondequoit moving forward. It hasn't been without challenges. We like to joke the only thing that 2017 didn't produce was a wave of locusts. Other than that, we had a fire just a year ago that destroyed the Department of Public Works building. We had record floods. We had a windstorm like none before. But through it all, Dave Seeley has demonstrated persistence, doggedness, and a great, wonderful, caring spirit. I could not be more proud or more grateful for his leadership. Supervisor Dave Seeley. And everywhere you look, there is evidence that despite the challenges, we've had incredible growth in Irondequoit in recent years through the dedication of the supervisor and his team at Town Hall. We have seen millions invested in new commercial development, especially along the East Ridge commercial corridor that is revitalizing Irondequoit's economy. We have invested in new athletic fields, new playgrounds for our children, and our new state-of-the-art library has become a true gathering place for residents of all ages. After years of legal battles, we are finally seeing redevelopment of the Medley Center. Not only will the new Skyview on the Ridge provide exciting business and retail opportunities, but the new Irondequoit Community Center will provide important benefits and services to improve the quality of life for all who call this wonderful town home. Having raised my own family in Irondequoit, I find nothing more exciting than witnessing the investment of our elected officials are putting into this town for future generations to enjoy. And I couldn't be happier to know that my grandchildren are growing up in a town with such committed leaders as we see before us today. Congratulations to each and every one of you. I look forward to continuing to partner with you to advance the interests of our community. Working together, I'm confident that Irondequoit will continue to thrive and live up to its motto of being a town for a lifetime. So today's ceremony will be followed by a brief organizational meeting for the town board, and then all guests are welcome to join us for a reception. We are fortunate to be joined by many, many elected officials who are here, government leaders. Please join me in extending a warm welcome. First of all, from the Irondequoit Town Board, Deputy Supervisor and longtime friend John Perticone. Irondequoit Councilwoman Nicole Hushler-Ray. Irondequoit Town Justice Patrick Russi is here today. Representing Governor Andrew Cuomo, Vincent Esposito, an Irondequoit resident, I might add. Our Monroe County Executive Cheryl D'Onofrio is here. Monroe County Clerk and former Irondequoit Town Supervisor Adam Bello is here. Monroe County Legislator Joseph Morelli Jr. is here. I should say it was my ride for the day as well. Also, I see in back, Monroe County Legislator Joe Carbone is here. And county legislators representing the city of Rochester, Ernest Flagler Mitchell. And my friend Vince Felder is here from the county legislature as well. We also have Chief of Staff to Rochester Mayor Lovely Warren, and a dear friend, Alex Udelson, is here. New York State Appellate Court Justice Joanne Winslow, and a dear friend, is here. And former New York State Appellate Court Justice Joe Valentino is here. Judge. Representing Congresswoman Louise Slaughter, my good friend and Irondequoit resident John Polito is here. Thank you, John. Oh, there he is in uniform. See, you almost slipped past me. The new sheriff of Monroe County, Todd Baxter, is here. We have now arrived at the swearing-in portion of our ceremony for our elected officials, 4 of whom were re-elected to their post in November, and 1 of whom will be serving her first term in office. We will begin with our 2 town justices, who both won re-election to the bench in November. The term for town justice is 4 years. Judges Janier and Valentino work together to administer justice in town court, along with a 3rd member of the team, Judge Patrick Russi, who will administer the oath of office to each of his colleagues. Judge, if you'd please come forward. Judge Russi. Oh, you're right here, Pat. Sorry. As they say, if you were a dog, you would have bit me. The first justice to be sworn in will be Judge Joe Valentino. Judge, please come forward. And while we're waiting, Judge Joe Valentino was first elected in 2009. This will be his 3rd term serving on the bench, despite his youthful appearance. He also serves as a legal clerk to Monroe County Judge Doug Randall. Joining Judge Valentino today is his wife Sheila and their 3 children, Nora, Thomas, and Ellie. And of course, Judge and Mrs. Valentino, the proud parents, are in the audience as well. All right. Ready? Mm-hmm. Do you want me to hold it? You want Sheila? Sheila?
Yeah.
I just want to say before I begin and administer the oath, it's been a real pleasure to serve with Judge Valentino for the last 6.5 years. He is not just a colleague, he is a friend of mine, and a dear friend at that. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Joseph J. Valentino,
I, Joseph J. Valentino,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of town justice,
the duties of town justice,
so help you God.
so help me God. Thank you. Yeah, I'll just be quick. This will be quick. I don't really want to talk about myself. I want to talk about the Bills. I got to find my speech on my phone. No, I have enjoyed doing this for 8 years now. I appreciate the opportunity to do 4 more. It's not an easy job, and it can be easy at times, but it can be challenging also. I do want to thank the Irondequoit voters for voting me in again this year. I was talking to my kids, and they said, you know, who do you thank? And I said, the voters. And they said, well, you were unopposed this year. And I said, well, that doesn't mean they have to vote for me. I couldn't do this job without our staff. I think the word this year is bigly. They're bigly. They're great. And they work very hard. It's a busy court. Lots of numbers, lots of volume, but we get through it. I do want to thank Terry Gay. She wasn't able to make it today, but she's my clerk, and Dave Marion, who's a great court administrator. He's doing a fabulous job. So people of Irondequoit can feel safe that we've got good people working there. That's about it. I just want to thank all of you here for being here. Your support has been really appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge, and congratulations on beginning your third term of office. I will now ask Judge Joseph Janier to come forward. This will be Judge Janier's seventh term on the ballot. He has long been a fixture on the bench in Arundecoit and serves his community in a variety of capacities. I'm told that Judge Janier during this term will become the longest-serving judge in the history of the town of Arundecoit. I'm sure Judge Janier probably gave us that historical note. But we are delighted to have Judge Russi deliver the oath of office to Judge Janier.
No, this young lady.
All right.
This is Rebby.
Hi, how are you?
This is Indy, and this is Story.
Hi. You guys doing all good today?
Janier, you got the right one?
I think so. Who's gonna hold the Bible? You got it, you gonna hold it? Okay.
Here, I want good shots of the kids, okay? Philip. Good.
You ready? Raise your right hand. I, Joseph T. Janier,
I, Joseph T. Janier,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York.
and that I will faithfully discharge
Smile. That I will faithfully discharge
the duties of Town Justice,
the duty of town justice,
January 1st, 2018 to December 31st, 2021.
January 2018 to whatever you said,
2021.
2000. You didn't tell Valentino.
I know, it was a
did
little
that.
different. I kind of got thrown a curve. According to the best of my ability.
According to the best of my ability.
You are in it. Congratulations. I like him too. He's all right.
Thank you for open night at the Improv, open mic night. Congratulations, Judge.
Yeah, we certainly can tell who the rookie judge is, can't we? Wow, this is my seventh time. I have been around forever. First, I'd like to thank my family. You're all my life, and you've always been there for me, and I really appreciate it. I especially like to thank my daughter, Nicole, who moved back from Boston with her husband, Mike, and my grandson, Chase, because that means I have two more voters in the town of Arundecoit. Okay, then? And naturally, I thank all my voters from the key districts of the Cooperdale, the OK Barbershop, and some restaurant on the end of St. Paul Boulevard. I just can't remember the name of it right now, okay? I started this quest, 24 years ago. You were taller. Okay. And when I started this quest, two people in this audience really helped me. One is the old Valentino, Joseph, who's been my friend for over 40 years, and said, it's not rocket science, even you could do it, Joe. So that's when I started. Those were words of encouragement from him, okay then? And another guy who's sitting back there that has been with me and talked to me, a guy named Ted O'Brien, who's been your county legislator and everything else. And I sincerely want to thank him for the 24 years, because without him, I don't think I could have held it together that many elections, all right? I work with a great staff, as Joe has stated. Some of the former judges I worked with, Denofa was okay. Judge Denofa and Judge DeMarco, who are fantastic. I feel we have a real good team of judges. We're one of the few groups of judges, and I don't mind telling you this, throughout the county system. And we take care of each other. We watch each other, and we make sure if somebody's sick or something happens, that we all cover for each other. You know that's unheard of in any town throughout the county. And it's excellent that I have Valentino, and Russi's okay too. All right then. But again, I'd like to thank everybody, all my voters, all the people have always been there, and I appreciate it unbelievably, because somehow God's been shining down on me and it's probably given me the best job in the world, and I thank him too. Thank you.
Congratulations, Judge. We now move on to swearing in of our town council members. I will now ask Council Member Pete Weiner to come forward. Councilmember Weiner was appointed to the town board in 2016, elected to a one-year term that year, and elected this past November to his first full four-year term. He is an architect in his professional life. His largest contribution to the Arundecoit community can be seen right out the window, as he was the lead architect on the new town library. And I will now ask Justice Joanne Winslow to come forward to administer the remaining 3 oaths of office. An Arundecoit resident and dear friend, Justice Winslow was first elected to the state Supreme Court in 2008. Last year, she was appointed to the appellate court in the 4th Division, 4th Department. I told her that in her 14 years term of office, I had to run 7 times. She runs once, 14-year terms. But we are delighted. She's a dear friend, and thank you so much for being here today, Justice Winslow.
Thank you. Raise your right hand. I, Peter Weiner,
I, Peter Weiner,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of town council member
the duties of town council member
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Councilman.
Thank you.
It's yours, sir.
Thank you. You know, I think just as equally as being thankful for the Bills is thankful for the Cincinnati Bengals. Usually they are the Bungles, and you know, but they came through for the Bills this time because they were Bills' destiny was in their hands. So thankfully we're back into the playoffs after this drought. But you know, a few years ago, it seems like I was appointed to this position. I was really thankful for that after my time with the town of Arundecoit, and I really, you know, we have a really high-performing staff, and you know, working alongside someone like Dave Seeley is just a great learning experience, and just an excellent mentor to have and a leader of our town. Most importantly, I'd like to thank my family, who, you know, I'm very fortunate to have both of my kids here today and my wife, and you know, finally, you know, the people of Arundecoit. I never ever envisioned, let alone being picked for the kickball team, let alone being elected, and so I'm very thankful for the people of the town of Arundecoit for electing me to this position, and I'm very honored to continue on in this role, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman Weiner. We now move to the swearing of our newly elected member of the Arundecoit Town Council. First, I'd like to ask Kimmy Romeo to come forward. Kimmy was elected to her first 4-year term to the Town Council this past November. She has been a fixture in the Arundecoit community, serving in a variety of capacities. Prior to being elected, she served on the Town Conservation Board and the Town Planning Board, part of that time as its chair. Professionally, she is a charter partner with Empire Realty Group and an adjunct professor at the Rochester Institute of Technology. Joining Kimmy up front is her husband, Paul Romeo, her father-in-law, Peter, and her daughter, Jamie, and I love this name, Dominic, her grandson Dominic, because I'm Joseph Dominic, so I have a special place in my heart for Dominics. Justice Winslow will administer the oath of office.
I, Kimmy Romeo,
I, Kimmy Romeo,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of town council member
the duties of town council member
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations,
Thank
Councilman.
you. Don't worry, I have a piece of paper, but I'm going to be super brief. My first run for public office was truly the journey of a lifetime, inspired by my passion for this town and this community. And it is the town of a lifetime. I was encouraged by my students at RIT, fellow Conservation Board and Planning Board members, friends, neighbors, family, some of whom are here today, some of whom are waiting patiently for the next addition to our family. Was actually due last year, my daughter's baby, I'm kidding. Due on the 30th, we're waiting for that call any minute. My husband, Paul, and partner in life, thank you for everything. Jamie, my campaign chair, my everything, who was really honest and wonderful to me. She said, Mom, just knock on doors. Make friends with people that you haven't met yet, and it'll be great. My grandson, Dominic, who continues to inspire me daily to look at the world with a new perspective, a vision of hope and promise and all things that are possible. I also am very grateful for my father-in-law, Peter, who came, who's trying to just slouch back there and held the Bible for me today. He reminded me on a daily basis when he saw signs out there, that was his name on the signs. And I better really do a good job. I also have other family that couldn't come today, waiting for babies and workings and other things. So Kelly and Terry and Eli and John, thank you for your support. I want to say that I continue to be empowered by every door knock, every conversation, every email, every face-to-face that I have with friends in this community. There are so many wonderful, exciting things going on, and I'm so excited to join this tremendous staff under the leadership of Dave Seeley and the rest of the town board to move forward and continue in this awesome venue of sustainable development. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilmember Romeo. And congratulations on being elected to public office. You'll find it a very rewarding experience. We'll now next invite Supervisor Dave Seeley to come forward. Dave Seeley was sworn in as Arundecoit Town Supervisor in April 2016 and has since been elected and re-elected to the post. This will be his first full two-year term in office. Prior to serving as supervisor, Dave was a town council member, served as Governor Cuomo's representative to the region. His most notable professional experience prior to coming to Town Hall, I don't know who wrote this, however, was being a member of my staff. Apparently that was your most notable public professional experience. Supervisor Seeley is joined today by his dad, J. Michael Seeley, a former member of the West Arundecoit School Board, his brother Steve, his sister Lauren, Adrian, and the powerhouse in the family, I wasn't going to forget Karen Seeley. Where's Karen? There she is. And now I'd like to ask Justice Winslow to come over up and administer the oath.
I, David Seeley,
I, David Seeley,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of Town Supervisor
the duties of Town Supervisor
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Supervisor.
Thank you. I think that's the third time I've done that in the past 4 years, so Mom's getting used to it. We have fourth graders and sometimes sixth graders in here from the various schools throughout town, and I administer the oath to them every time we meet in here. And I had it by memory, but I was worried I was going to mess the lines up. So thank you, Justice Winslow, for being crisp in your delivery. So Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you for coming. We'll make this relatively quick because I know you are eagerly anticipating the start of our organizational meeting. Ooh. You see that agenda? Ooh. First of all, I would like to thank the people of Arundecoit, many of whom are here today, for expressing really the confidence to serve another 2 years. It's a very humbling gesture, and I never take it for granted. The best thing about this job really is the ability to connect with so many residents just on a daily basis here at Town Hall. I came into this office thinking I knew everyone, but apparently I don't, and every day I really get to meet new people, and it's such a rewarding experience to know and come to know all the people in this town, and they truly are amazing people, and I'm honored to continue to work on their behalf. My colleagues on the board, Deputy Supervisor Perticone, Council Members Hushler, Wayner, and our newest member of the team, Kimmy Romeo. Irondequoit doesn't know how lucky it is to have them working on their behalf. They are a terrific team. I am one of 5 up on that dais, and I continue to look for them for counsel, guidance in the coming years. They truly are really just a stellar bunch of folks. They each bring their own personal experience, background, area of expertise, and it's a partnership I've found very rewarding. I've enjoyed working with you all over the past number of years. I've known you for many years and look forward to continue to doing so. Partners in government, County Executive Donalfo, County Clerk Bello, thank you for being here today. I saw Ted O'Brien here, is here on behalf of, probably here as a resident, but also here on behalf of Attorney General Schneiderman. He's a regional regional Attorney General, Assistant Attorney General for Mr. Schneiderman. We're happy to have our new sheriff, Todd Baxter. Congratulations on your win, sir. Welcome back to Irondequoit. You look very good in that uniform. It's so odd. You see him for so many years. Where Todd, to his credit, doesn't. Todd wears a suit and tie, but often he would show up in a nice polo shirt showing off his muscles. And now to see him in that uniform, it's a little different of a experience. But welcome, sir. Congratulations. Assembly Majority Leader Joe Morelli, our esteemed MC for today's festivities. Mr. Irondequoit, a man so powerful they once coined the term Morellyville to imply that Joe had unchecked influence on young candidates like Adam Bello and Dave Seeley and Joe Morelli Jr. I won't speak for them, but I really thought that was a silly strategy given I'm damn proud to have been influenced by Joe Morelli. Continue to look for him for wisdom, counsel. Joe's been an amazing partner in government. Much of what you've seen us do the past several years, really, Joe has had a part in, and we really are blessed to have his support, but most importantly, blessed to have him as a longtime resident, and most importantly for me as a friend. So give a round of applause for Joe. To the Seeleys, thank you. We're as Irondequoit as it gets. This town has meant so much to us, and we continue to love this community. In 2013, I first ran for office, and I said I was doing so because I was inspired by my parents, Mike and Karen, who had really spent their lives trying to build a stronger community. They remain my fiercest of critics. If we don't have a craft brewery in town by the end of next year, my mother has informed me she will be shopping for new candidates, so she has her priorities. But the Seeleys always have my back, and I'm eternally grateful, so thank you for being here today. To my very special, significant other, Adrian, thank you for making me a stronger person through love. If you're wondering how she manages living with an elected official, I beg you to consider what it's like living with a middle school principal who spends her day educating 300 children in the heart of the city of Rochester. What I'm trying to get at is if you think I'm working long hours, try getting to know Adrian. Yes. Finally, my being here today is a result of a very sound campaign team led by 2 women who keep the trains running daily, Maria Vecchio and Lauren Kelly. I'm sure everyone here today probably knows how important they are to everything we do at Town Hall. They make this presentable. Sometimes I think we should do more on radio, but we don't, so the last... And Maria might not be the tallest person in the world, but she puts the fear of God into me on a daily basis. So, there she is back there. She's also, I don't know if she's here, but Andrea Gazzetta is my campaign treasurer. She's a constant friend and constant support. I'm grateful to her. And also, not to delve into the political, but I'm proud to have run with the support of the Democratic Committee, and we're here joined by our Chairwoman Jamie Romeo, and also our Irondequoit Town Leader, Dana Vernetti. Please give them a round of applause. Dana set the bar way too high for herself by winning every race in Irondequoit this past fall in her first election season. So Try doing better than that, Dana. You'll have highs and lows. In addition to the Democratic Party, I was proud to run with the support of 3 other parties. I'd like to thank Tom Cook of the Conservative Party, Steve Corrin of the Independence Party, and Jesse Lenny of the Working Families Party, and as well as the many volunteers, many of whom are here today, who helped as well. So 2017 was certainly an interesting year, as Joe touched upon. If you want proof, I issued a state of emergency 8 times. This is like playing golf. You want a low score. You don't want to run that number up. We entered 2017 just having experienced a devastating fire at our DPW facility on Christmas Eve, one that really threatened our ability to serve our core mission, which is to preserve the welfare of our constituents, the welfare of the people. That's really the central charge of government. That's what we exist here for. Our DPW really never missed a beat, and if you needed proof, just 3 months removed from having half of its facility destroyed and over a third of its vehicles, our town government rose to the occasion when a destructive windstorm left roughly 1/2 of the people without power in this town for an extended period of time in the bleak midwinter. And they really did a terrific job, and we're grateful for that. Please join me in giving Bob Kiley, our commissioner, and all the DPW a round of applause. Trust me, that is well deserved. Joining the DPW through the windstorm are the many first responders throughout town, our firefighters, our EMTs. We're forever grateful for their service in what proved to be a year where we really were bracing for whatever came next, so we're eternally grateful to them as well. At the town level, we're fortunate to have an outstanding police department that's always ready for what might come next. Their ability to do so is a testament to their leadership. Chief Richard Tantillo, who's here today, does a spectacular job, as well as the 4 dozen men and women who are sworn police officers on a daily basis. We're grateful for them and continue to enjoy the partnership that exists. During the windstorm, I can't tell you how many members of our staff, many of whom are here today, volunteered their time to help one way or the other, whether it was at the library, at our warming station, making sure people had a welcoming environment, or staffing our overnight shelter. Our efforts to protect the community were a team effort. You saw that this past Friday. Over 1,000 residents came to Town Hall to prepay their property taxes at the clerks, something they did to ensure they had more money in their pockets come the next year. Our clerk's office worked their last day of the year, serving extended hours. In the hallways, you saw staff members from virtually every department of Town Hall helping out residents as they came here, making sure they had what they needed. It was emblematic of, I think, what we have in this organization. If you're wanting to point to this, it's just that I'm very happy with the level of service of this town government. I feel we are providing a solid return on your tax dollars, but I never take for granted the men and women who work to make that happen. I'm very proud to be CEO of such a fine organization, so please give our team at Town Hall a round of applause. So, what does 2018, what lies in store? Let's start with the 1 million square foot gorilla up the road. We can now say that we moved on to a new chapter with Irondequoit's most commanding issue, the former Irondequoit Mall. Before we go on, I'd be remiss to not acknowledge the efforts of the board as well as Adam's efforts as supervisor to protect taxpayers. That allowed us to get to the point where the next chapter was in the line of sight. See, with the mall, it's a long book. It has small print. The chapters are long, very long. Sometimes they take years to read. Sometimes the page is very heavy. It's hard to turn the page over. It involves a lot of lawyers. But just before Christmas, I found it to be rather poetic to be proudly signing a settlement agreement with the former owner, whose name shall not be spoken out loud, upwards of $1.4 million to the school district and town, $700,000 of which for the town of Irondequoit, and that will be used to invest in our new community center. So the poetry is, the community center will be housed at the former mall. The symbol of what was once our fiercest challenge and our greatest adversity now represents really our greatest opportunity. So I think there's something very telling about that, and telling about the resiliency of the town and its ability to take a negative and turn it into a positive. I think it can be a brilliant story that we tell. I'm confident that 2018 you'll continue to see great level of activity at what's now known as Skyview on the Ridge. The project has emerged as a top regional economic development priority, both in the eyes of local stakeholders as well as the state of New York as well. It was awarded $2 million through the regional council process. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Vinny Esposito, a proud Irondequoit resident, who really is the alpha and omega of all things economic development in the region. So Vinny's not biased in looking at projects, but certainly does a terrific job. So that was very promising for the project. The fact that now the region has a stake in the mall, the state has a stake in the mall. They want it to succeed. They've invested in it. It's in their interest now for it to succeed. That's very telling. That shows that, you know, we're not in this alone. Other people want us to succeed. The success of the redevelopment of the mall is so very important. It really cannot be overstated. Why? Well, because as I said, it was like a dark cloud lingering over Irondequoit for years. Everything that we loved about the town, it was blocking out the sunlight. The wonderful neighborhoods, the great small businesses, good schools, a strong sense of community. We all knew these attributes. They were like innate to us. But when you picked up the newspaper, it wasn't what you were reading about Irondequoit, right? Now with all the many challenges at the mall, note I didn't say that all the challenges are out of the way, we still have challenges, but there's a buzz about Irondequoit. New library, neighborhood associations coming online, a town that truly rises up to care for one another. We really put our best foot forward in 2017. Redevelopment in every corner, new recreational amenities, ball fields, soccer, lacrosse fields. It's a community you want to move into. Raise your children, raise your family, stay with your children, stay with your family, live here the rest of your life. That's the story of Irondequoit we're starting to tell. As long as I'm supervisor, I'm going to continue to make sure that's not a fictional story, but rather a story that's based on reality, one reality that's promising, that has a future in sight that gets us excited. I say it often. If you're a young couple looking to purchase your first house, I want Irondequoit to be at the top of your list as a community you want to reside in. If you're a longtime resident, we want to make it impossible for you to leave. Town government isn't the silver bullet to make all of that happen. However, town government can serve as the catalyst. Town hall can. As a spark to allow us to use our strengths to our advantage. I know what those strengths are, and my mission as supervisor and our mission on the town board continues to ensure they are building momentum towards a better future. The day after Election Day, I said I couldn't wait to get back to the office. When I was younger, I used to celebrate more on election days, but now it's in bed probably before the 11 o'clock news. There's so much opportunity for this town, and at times it can be almost intimidating. You sit in that office and you think, boy, we don't want to miss this opportunity. But most times it's just exciting because you can't wait to move forward and seize the day. And I really believe this is Irondequoit's time. We have eyes looking upon us, not because we are challenged, but because we have an opportunity to make a wonderful community even stronger. So let's get to work. Thank you, go Bills, and Godspeed.
Could we please give a big round for all of our hardworking public servants who have taken their oaths of office today? Now, if you will all join me in standing for our benediction, which will be delivered by Reverend Sarah Culp.
So we have indeed been blessed. We are blessed as a community with a wonderful town. We're blessed with incredible residents and fine public servants. We are blessed. And we need each other. We can't do it alone. So let's go forth in service to one another to build a more beloved community. Amen.
This concludes our ceremonial swearing in, and thank you all for attending. I'd like to say a special thank you to the Town Hall staff and volunteers for taking their time on the holiday to be here. A reminder, please remain in your seats. We'll take a very short recess, followed by a brief organizational meeting that I'm told will last approximately 20 minutes. We'll see how quickly and efficiently the supervisor moves us along. That's right. After that, all guests are welcome to join us for a reception just outside this room on the first floor of Town Hall. I want to wish you all a very blessed, joyous, happy, and healthy 2018. Godspeed.
Oh, good, it is on. All right.
Focusing on moving.
Don't make me get the police. I now call to order the organizational meeting of the town of Arundecoit, January 1st, 2018. We may dispense with the reciting of the pledge as it was done earlier at our swearing-in ceremony. Madam Clerk, please read the roll.
Councilwoman Hush-LaRae,
Here.
Councilman Perdicone,
Here.
Councilwoman Romeo,
Here.
Councilman Weiner,
Here.
Supervisor Sealy,
Here.
and Attorney for the town.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will now ask a Planning and Zoning Director Ivers to remind the people in the hallway that the meeting is taking place. Thanks, Gary. Okay, this is a very brief organizational meeting, unnecessary for organizing government, appointing several board positions and requisite staff. Madam Clerk, please read the first item for board action.
Item number 1, authorizing the appointment of the town clerk for the town of Arundecoit.
Motion?
Moved.
Second?
Second.
This resolution would reappoint Barbara Janier, our esteemed town clerk, for another term. She has done a fantastic job. This is a 2-year term. I cannot make it longer, unfortunately, but I'm very happy to present this resolution and encourage its support. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is adopted. Congratulations, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. It's a labor of love. Item number 2, authorizing the appointment of the deputy supervisor for the town of Arundecoit.
Motion.
Moved.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. This would reappoint John Perdicone to another term as deputy supervisor. I will note this is a very important role. I don't travel often, but when I do, I'm out of state. John serves as supervisor. I will also note that when we had a transition period between Supervisor Bello and myself being appointed, John really was the glue that held town government together. It seems like a long time ago, but we were really grateful to John. He does a fantastic job. He's our longest-serving board member by a number of years now, but I very much appreciate his support and counsel. Any questions or comments?
No, thank you, and, I don't take this very lightly, and I really appreciate it, especially from my colleagues up here. Thank you. I look forward to continuing working with everyone here at Town Hall. We have a great staff here, and I appreciate it and the confidence. Thank you very much.
No further comments. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstain? Abstain? Mr. Perdicone abstains.
I abstain.
Item number 3, authorizing the appointment of comptroller for the town of Arundecoit.
Motion.
Moved.
Second.
Second.
This would reappoint Annie Sealy as our comptroller to a 2-year term. Annie's a long-serving comptroller. I believe this is now her 8th year at the town. She's done a fantastic job instituting some financial controls for the town. We are in very good fiscal health despite all of the chaos happening. And I will note last year Annie really did a fantastic job divorcing out the fire expenses versus our more routine monthly expenditures. It was very much appreciated and very helpful to the board. Questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is adopted. Congratulations.
Item number 4, authorizing the appointment of Director of the Department of Community Development for the town of Arundecoit.
Motion.
Moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. This would reappoint Lauren Kelly as Director in the Department of Community Development to a 2-year term. Lauren is an integral part of our team. She oversees everything in our planning development office. She's a terrific asset to the town. We are doing a lot this year, and she will help quarterback all of it. And I'm very happy to offer this resolution for her reappointment. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Resolution is adopted. Congratulations, Lauren.
Item number 5, authorizing the appointment of Commissioner of Public Works for the town of Arundecoit.
Motion.
Moved.
And a second.
Second.
Thank you. This would reappoint Robert Kiley as Commissioner of Public Works to a 2-year term. Bob has been our commissioner for almost 2 years now. He has had a relatively boring tenure. Not much has happened with Public Works, and we hope next year involves more activity and he comes to work and actually, but on all kidding aside, Bob has been tremendous. He not only manages a sizable budget for the town, but given everything we were faced with last year, Bob was the leader of of the organization, which really dealt with a lot of the challenges Mother Nature threw at us. So we're grateful for his service, and he truly is a tremendous asset to the town and community. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is adopted. Congratulations, Bob.
Item number 6, authorizing the appointment of Deputy Commissioner of Public Works for the town of Arundequoit.
Motion.
Moved.
And second?
Second.
Thank you. This would reappoint Donald Sinton as Deputy Commissioner of Public Works to a 2-year term. Don has been a great addition to our team. He's served just over, I think, a year and a half now, but I'm very happy to help him aboard. He's been a good number 2 to Bob, and also oversees a lot of our recreational programming, and really is good, strong asset to have working for us. So very happy to offer this reappointment. Questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is adopted. And congratulations, Don.
Item number 7, authorizing the appointment of a town historian for the town of Arundequoit.
Motion?
Moved.
And second?
Second.
This would reappoint Patricia Wayne, who I do not believe is here today, to a 2-year term as our town historian. She's been a longstanding town historian. Pleasure to have her around. We're a town that values history, and as such, Pat is a great resource to have in that regard. Any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is adopted. Madam Clerk?
Item number 8.
I'm sure Pat's watching. So.
Item number 8, bond town officers, clerks, and employees.
Motion?
Moved.
And a second?
Second.
Anyone claps for this one, I'm going to get a little suspicious here, but this would provide bonding for all necessary town employees to guarantee, I'm going to say indemnify would be the wrong word, right? Madam Attorney, would you like to explain this motion? I know, it's just, she seems bored over there.
Provides a surety for all employees who handle money and take in town business.
Thank you. Questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is adopted.
Item number 9, designating an official town newspaper.
Motion.
Moved.
A second?
Second.
This would designate the Arundequoit Post as the official town newspaper. If you're a subscriber of the Post, you often see our many notices that our great clerk presents to them, and it serves as the avenue by which people in the town can really thoroughly know what we're doing, such as bonding, public hearings, etc. This would reappoint the Arundequoit Post in that designation. Questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is adopted.
Item number 10, opening competitive bids.
Motion.
Moved.
And a second?
Second.
Questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is adopted.
Item number 11, requiring checks to be countersigned by the comptroller.
Motion.
Moved.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. One Sealy signature on a check is good, but 2 is just all that much better. This would authorize our comptroller to countersign all town checks, which are many. Any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The resolution is adopted.
Item number 12, authorizing reappointments to the town's audit committee.
Motion.
Moved.
And a second.
Second.
Thank you. This would make reappointments to our town's audit committee, which serves a valuable function in reviewing our annual audit, circular audit conducted on the town's behalf. We ask citizens to give a fresh set of eyes to ensure both transparency as well as an outside look. These folks come from all walks of life, but we really do value their input and appreciate their service. Any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is adopted.
Item number 13, authorizing the purchase of 2 2017 or newer model year track-mounted sidewalk plows to be used by the Bureau of Public Works.
Motion.
Moved.
And a second?
Second.
So diverting from the general normal script of the organizational meeting, we'd like to get these purchases as quick as possible, given it's winter, and we want to make sure we have them to use as quickly as possible. So Commissioner Kiley requested that we expedite these. As such, the competitive bids were opened up, I believe, Thursday, and the lowest responsible bidder was Sycon Syncon equipment in the amount of $325,102 for the purchase of 2 sidewalk plows, 2017 year or newer truck mounted sidewalk plows. Questions or comments?
This was a budgeted item.
This was a budget. Thank you, Peter. This was budgeted in our 2018 budget. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is adopted.
Item number 14, authorizing the purchase of one 2018 six-wheel truck with plow to be used by the Bureau of Public Works.
Motion.
Moved.
And a second.
Second.
Thank you. This would, again, in the interest of getting the equipment here as quickly as possible, authorize the purchase of a six-wheel heavy-duty dump truck with both with snow plowing capabilities. We piggybacked on the Onondaga County bid. The lowest responsible bid was $254,995 and was awarded to Regional International. Any questions or comments? I will also note this again was a budgeted item in our 2018 budget. Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The resolution is adopted. This concludes our body of work for the organizational meeting. Town of Arundequit, our next workshop is next Tuesday, January 9th, 2018, 4 p.m. in the Broderick Meeting Room. Our next regular town board meeting is January 16th, a Tuesday, 7 p.m. in the Broderick Meeting Room. I will now entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Meeting is adjourned.
We hope you enjoyed this presentation of the Arundequoit Town Board on ICAT 12, Arundequoit's government access channel.